Yo, what's up? I just got back from the museum just now. I was trying to get a copy of some of our historical documents. They don't have them. I'm sure they're somewhere. Anyways, I was thinking a little bit about how our people are kind of just getting by right now, and barely, not even that, right? So, sorry about that beeping. But anyways, when I came here, one of my goals was to not just get by. I don't think that's anybody's plan necessarily, to just get by. Like, just enough to eat, just enough shelter, just enough to get the light bill paid. And, I don't think that that's anybody's goal, really. Like, overall, as a people, I believe that we can be prosperous and not just get by. And so this plan that I have is called the Path to Prosperity. It has directly to do with the corridor here in Warm Springs. And they're telling me, oh, this is zoned for that and that is zoned for this, and I'm like, well, why is the most important hot economic development spot in Warm Springs zoned as anything else but commercial? And yeah, we should be able to keep it safe, and there's ways for us to do that and still be able to grow economically. I just think that people are just okay with getting by. Who wants to just get by? And the people that are okay with it are usually doing well by themselves. They're already well off. And it's usually the leadership who's well off, right? So I don't know. I'm just saying I don't think it's a good idea for our leadership to get comfortable in their positions and not care about our infrastructure, not care about our programs that help our people get into treatment, not care about our children's programs. We're in a building right now that's like falling apart. We can't even use the gym downstairs. Nobody's talking about that or how they're going to restore that, because we need to. We need that gym. Like, I believe we have some of the greatest athletes in the world are in Warm Springs. They just don't have a place to develop that and grow that, and some of them don't even realize it. I 100% believe that. Growing up, watching, like some of the guys out here and women are just freakishly strong. And if we were able to put our people out there and develop their skills and use that strength, that warrior strength, that survival spirit that we have, I think we can rock the world, put Warm Springs on the map. That's the kind of prosperity I'm talking about, that has directly to do with health and strength and our ability to show the world what we're made of because of what we survived through, and I don't know. I don't get it when people are in positions of leadership and they just don't think about those things. They don't talk about those things. Like, who is an advocate for the people? Who's an advocate for the kids? Who's an advocate for the programs that are going to benefit us, that are going to change lives? For example, when I got into the rodeo, I got out of gangs. When I started learning how to ride bulls in Bronx, it put the fear of God in me, and it really did. And life is short, and it completely changed my life, and it's like, why don't we have a camp, that teaches kids how to ride horses? And like, we don't have none of that. Oh, we don't have the funding. Again, we got to go back and see where all the money's coming from and where it's going. And then we can start trying to figure out funding. See, right now, I think it's just kind of out everywhere. And like, everything is being misspent, in other words. Cards, I hear, that are getting handed out to certain workers and certain leadership members that they basically have no spending limit, and you go to the casino and they're like, hey, how come we don't, do this or do that, or open a nice gift shop and to help tribal members or anyone else, and it's like, oh, we don't have the budget. We don't have the budget to do anything, anywhere. But when it comes to personal needs and travel expenses and things like that, our leadership, all of a sudden, they don't have a limit. So those things need to be identified. And there's just no accountability. There's no numbers. Like, this stuff should be made public. There should be literally a public board or something that shows, like, hey, this is how much money we have for travel this year, and we're not going over. And if we have anything if we're still under it, then we're going to use that money and we're going to put it towards treatment programs. We're going to put it towards housing for the homeless. We're going to make sure that everyone in those homeless communities of these new houses that we're building has exposure to treatment and psychological help. You know, some of our people are suffering so bad, they talk to themselves and they swing at nothing. They just randomly attack people. You know, man, there's so much that can be done. And as a candidate, I can tell you right now, with everything that I'm already doing by myself without being leadership is probably more than all of them combined. And I feel bad saying that, but at the same time, it makes me upset because they should be stepping it up with those kinds of positions. Now, if I get into this leadership position on council, I can go out and I can physically talk to and find funding for these programs. Leave no stone unturned. When me and my children have no roof over our heads because our housing programs are failing us, and that there are unfair practices happening with our housing programs, then I will find a way. I will find a way. I always have a house for my children, and it hardly ever works out in Warm Springs because, again, a lot of our people are struggling and dealing with addiction. And another problem is I won't let no one push me around and treat me bad and in front of my kids and take advantage. So that's a part of why I'm running for tribal council, as well as I'm tired of people taking advantage, especially our own leadership. So yeah, vote for Speakthunder. God bless you guys. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys at the forum today.